I am. We'll do the clap sync and a marker. Okay. Ready? Right. 3, 2, 1, mark. Oh, got it. That was it.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the
Clueless
internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality. Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online. Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the
Clueless
internet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clueless Internet podcast. I am your host, Alex. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Howard.
That's me. Hello.
We're cracking open another episode, 18.3 in the lockdown state that we're currently in. My usual intro would consist of me saying we've got some facts, fakes, and fuck-ups, but we don't. We have just fuck-ups. We have just complete and utter just fuck-ups.
Much like the situation we're in now.
Yes. Oh my God, just talk about the situation we're in currently. I don't think I've ever seen as many people outside in my life, in my entire life.
The warm weather brings them all out, doesn't it?
I mean, even before, like, the whole lockdown stuff, I'd never seen this many. Like, every single road that I went on and every single path that I was on, there was at least one person. I don't think I've ever seen that in my entire life. But now that everyone's forced to be inside, it's like, no, I want to go outside now.
But now you're all out here. Go away.
And there's multiple people. I mean, it is kind of nice. Whenever I was walking towards someone, they would cross over to the other side of the road. Yeah. And I was like, yes, I get this whole road to myself. I felt kind of like royalty. Well, in a weird way.
I've just recently got back from my daily walk over the up the canal, and everyone was up there. It was like every 5 seconds I had to keep stopping to let people past.
The canal was rammed. I was like, I'm moving off of this.
Yeah.
I'm moving off of this. It's more like a Disneyland.
Everyone and their dog and their bike were up there. Oh, Jesus Christ. You can't all come up here. There's a whole... You can all...
Coronavirus!
As well. You can all go to...
Just go. Just... piss off out of my way, thank you. No, we all need to use a canal. No, we all need to use a canal, and by all I mean just me.
I was going to say, no one ever uses that canal, and the moment no one's allowed out the house, everyone's fucking up there.
Talking about not being... Oh, sorry, do you want to carry on?
I was just going to say, it really goes to show that no one, until they were given... an amount of time to exercise. Like, you're allowed to go out to go shopping and go exercising. All of a sudden, everyone's a fucking triathlete.
I did see a picture. It was just saying everyone during the coronavirus, and it was just a marathon of people. People who have only worked out in 1998, and just millions of people out there.
Because if the weather's good, I'll go up there every day. I'm usually up the canal anyway, or down. Even at the best of times, but all of a sudden everyone's out up there.
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna whack a marker there and say, do you want to cut out where you say coronavirus? I don't know if you want people to know locations of things.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus.
I'll put a very obvious beep.
All right, I'm gonna mark that. So, talking about everybody being inside, there's one person that was inside recently, among a lot of people that have been inside, but Boris Johnson, head of the United Kingdom, has been in. I think he's out now. I'm pretty sure that he's recovering now. Not that it's huge news that he's recovering. I mean, he's been in self-isolation for like a week or two now, I think.
Well, he was in the ICU, wasn't he? Because he got the Rona bad.
Yeah, he got it quite bad, and he was in for a few days. He's out now, luckily.
Yeah, apparently he got no hypothermia or anything, so that's good.
Good. He's one of the lucky ones, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was quite humbling.
Yeah. I'm not exactly a fan of Boris Johnson, but at the same time, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
I was just about to say that, yeah. It was quite humbling seeing like quite a few of the comments on Twitter and no sort of arguing in the comments, mostly just people saying, get better soon, get better soon, everyone putting their political agendas to the side.
There were a few people who couldn't accept that people were putting like, I'm not a conservative, and they were like, you don't need to say I'm not a conservative. It's like, well, maybe sometimes I do, maybe sometimes I do, because they're real cunts.
Because how else would you know?
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not a conservative, but at the same time, best wishes. Like, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
I don't wish somebody to die just because they don't believe in the same things as me.
Yeah, but at the same time,
no, thank you.
There's nothing wrong with me saying no. I'm not a conservative, but I'll be a human being.
We hope you get a speedy recovery, Boris, along with everybody else.
Yes,
who has got it. I think he just had the same sort of treatment. I don't think he had anything special. I'm pretty sure.
No, I just think he was probably monitored and put on some form of medication
on
to
the
boost
brilliant
his immune
NHS.
System. On the
brilliant NHS.
Yes.
That has been working overtime. Have you seen all the little rainbows that the kids have been drawing and putting in windows for the NHS and stuff like that?
I heard about this, yes.
It's really quite cute when you're just walking down the road and you see like, oh, here at the NHS heroes, and then a little rainbow. It warms the, is it cockles? Warms the old cockles.
Warms cockles, warms me heart, love.
And talking about putting political agendas to the side, somebody that's really put it to the side, up on the shelf, and probably will never be touching it again is Bernie Sanders, who has dropped out of the race. He hasn't dropped out. He apparently he's just stopping his campaign, but people can still vote for him.
Yeah, he's put it on essentially hiatus, but indefinitely. So it's like, I mean, technically,
I'm not sure what the point is.
Technically, I think he's still on the ballot. I think you can still vote for him and stuff, but he's not doing anything to raise awareness. He's not doing anything to put forward his policies or anything.
I wonder if this is a ploy to get people to not go to the polls while
if you've been
this
watching
whole breakout is happening.
If you had been watching like Jimmy Dore over the last few weeks, even Bernie didn't turn people away from not till it was probably too late. Like initially, he didn't turn people away from the ballots. He did eventually, but also like there's this the bill that they put forward that the progressives apparently didn't do. Jimmy Dore's been talking a lot about this. They didn't do enough for the stimulus bill for regular people. They just kind of...
Is that the $1,200 that they're giving out?
They just
is it per month or just once?
Just the once. And apparently they voted this bill in. Like the progressives all stood up and did a big like stand, like AOC and Bernie, and everyone stood up and like did big speeches about how terrible the bill was, and then voted for it. Just
so they just went back on what they'd literally just said just to get clips.
They did it purely for the sound bites. So like the next day, everyone was putting up the sound bites of Bernie, and like I think we did, like when Bernie was when he was having a go at the house, and then turned around and fucking voted for the thing.
So we fell prey to it after watching that very... I mean, it was a good video, I have to admit. It was a good video, a very emotional one.
It was good that they said the things. Like, it was good what him and AOC and other progressives said, but then they just turned around and voted on the bill anyway. And it's like, excuse me? No.
It's great that you can talk the talk, but you've got to be able to walk the walk as well.
Yeah, they didn't actually do anything.
Back what you're saying.
They didn't fight for anything. They just basically said why they think it's bad, but then didn't use their clout to try and improve the bill, essentially. And I think one of the reasons Bernie's put his thing on hold is so that he said he wants to put forth new bills, and it's like, and Jimmy Dore was like, it's a bit fucking late. You could have done something at the fucking beginning, apparently.
I have been watching Jimmy Dore lately, and I did see a video of him saying that Trump is out-lefting the left by I think he's delayed student payments by 6 months and then given the option to talk about it at a later date.
He's in early talks to do essentially Medicare for all. He's out-lefting Biden, which is the problem. Like, he's doing the things that Bernie has put forth. Like, Bernie was out-lefting Biden by miles because Biden is just a basic kind of corporatist centrist kind of politician. Like a Clinton, it's like more of the same, no change.
A career politician.
Yeah, and the things that Bernie was arguing for, Donald Trump is now starting to put forward, but Biden is still up until, I don't know if he's even changed his stance. Up until very recently, was trying to axe Medicare for all, and now Trump's in negotiations to essentially get Medicare. It's, oh, for God's sake, what?
It seems like he's just cherry picking the good parts of now that he's not running anymore.
He knows what he's doing, and like Jimmy Dore said, if Trump had ran Bernie's campaign, he would have fucking won.
Oh, 100%. I wish he would have gone all guns blazing, because let me tell you, I'm not a huge fan of everything that Trump says. I don't really keep up hugely with what he does. But I see clips of him destroying people, it is hilarious. It is the most fun I think American politics has been in my lifetime, at least.
At the same time, it's probably some of the worst. Not the worst. I'm not gonna be a history denier. Of course, times have been worse in the past. I'm not a moron. But at the same time, they're having a pretty fucking shitty time at the same time. But Donald Trump's kind of just trolling through it.
It's just, it makes.
And there are times
I don't know if it makes it more entertaining. Yeah. And sometimes oh God, you have to laugh. Like there was a clip again on Jimmy Dore, and I think Jimmy Dore is probably one of the only political YouTube channels that I watch. I'm not hugely political myself. I do see the odd stuff, but
I bounce around.
Just a video of him destroying. Was it Jeb Bush and
please clap.
Ted? What is it? Oh, please clap.
What's my campaign slogan? It was Jeb.
I am Jeb. Jeb. Please clap. Please vote. And Ted, the Zodiac Killer.
What?
Just destroying them on stage, just being this guy's. Why didn't your mom run instead of you if she's such a strong woman? And fucking beautifulfulness. But I'm gonna move away from politics now, because we could probably ramble on for a long ass time.
People are probably screaming into the headphones. No, I'm done.
I would be if it wouldn't blow out my own earphones. And I want to move on to a little bit of nicer news, I suppose. We got a look at the new PS5 controller. I did write down in my notes PS4 controller, so I'm just going to quickly change that to a 5, as PlayStation did with the logo.
Again.
We've gone back.
Hey, did you see the reskins that people were putting up?
Yes, I did. With the branded games and stuff like that.
Well, there was one Greg Miller, I think, from Is It Kind of Funny? He put up
formerly of IGN.
Yeah, he was like pick 2, and he put it on, and it was like there were 2 really nice ones that were kind of based on the classic PlayStation and the PlayStation 4 controller. They looked really nice. There was like a black one with like a coloured.
I think I may have seen somebody else retweet that. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of those designs were really nice. There was like a purple faded one.
I'm trying to find it. Was it on Twitter that he tweeted this, or
it was? Yeah. But he tweets a lot, so good luck.
Yeah, he tweets a hell of a lot. I've scrolled for about a minute or so, and I'm down to April the 9th. Oh, here we go. Oh, he posted 12. Oh, the bottom. Okay, so we'll link this in the description for you if you want to see this at cluelessinter.net. If you want to see this, I'm instantly liking number 2. Number 7, number 6 is my favorite. Oh fuck, number 9 looks pretty fucking sweet with the old
is that the white
PlayStation logo.
The white one with the old logo.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I do have to admit I like 11 as well. 11's got quite a nice little red, sort of red and pink fade. That one's quite nice. The purple one's nice as well. I can see that being on like custom sites.
Yeah, that purple one, just that one, but in whatever color you want, would be perfect. That fade's really nice.
So, if you haven't actually seen the controller and you have no idea what we're talking about, the PlayStation 5 controller got revealed, and it's sort of a white on black two-tone controller. It does look very similar to the current DualShock. It's called the DualSense this time around.
Yeah, well, they've said that it's going to have, apparently it's going to have haptic feedback throughout the pad.
Which I think Xbox already has. Xbox One already has that in their triggers and stuff like that. This is maybe
a feeling they'll have mixed something with the 6-axis, so they've got the gyroscopes in the pads.
Yes,
I have a feeling they'll have something to do with that. So, like maybe if you're moving with the pad, it'll maybe like the pad will like push back against you or something like that kind of thing. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. They haven't revealed exactly how it's going to work.
Similar to the Switch controllers, where you can tilt it and it feels like there's balls inside of it, and you have to guess how many are in there.
Yeah, I think they might be ripping off Nintendo basically this time around.
I mean, they are winning pretty hard currently with the Switch. I mean, did you see about it being completely just sold out, and Nintendo are having to tell people, "Don't worry, there will be more on the way. We're running out of stock." Animal Crossing has really fucked over their stocks currently.
Well,
not their stocks as in price. That is probably going through the roof if they're public. I don't know if they are.
Yeah, well, I've said it before. I'm not like the biggest fan of Animal Crossing, but at the same time, I know it's got a massive fan base, so I'm not surprised by that news whatsoever.
I was listening to IGN UK podcast, one of my favorite gaming podcasts. If you want your fill, go there. It's fucking amazing. I've been listening to them for years, so it may be a little bit of a bias, but one of them was saying that it's sort of less of just playing a game and more sort of escapism and a bit of sort of relaxation away from everything rather than a gaming experience, because everything's sort of nice, it's lovely, there's no bad guys, there's just you just sort of it's in a sense meditation, I suppose. You're just getting out of reality for a little while.
Well, for me, like the next big game for me in that kind of genre would be anything from that game company, because those games, Flow, Flower, and Journey, those are essentially the same thing. There's no kind of overall enemy. It's got a very suggested narrative. It's not all like just laid out for you. It's like you kind of go through this experience, and everyone goes through the same experience, especially in like Journey.
Really easy to pick up the controls. I'd say you don't need to spend too long
really
to
easy,
get it fully.
The developers took advantage of the 6-axis and everything in the controllers, so you've got like really nice novel ways of getting around the map, especially in Flower, when you're essentially the wind and you control the wind by moving the controller around. It's just
very relaxing as well.
Yeah, and whoever does the soundtracks for those games always does this like a very, very relaxed lo-fi kind of acoustic thing. It's very nice.
So I'm going to rattle through a few of these, a few of the notes that I've done for this PS5 controller. So I've talked about the two-tone. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people don't. Well, I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying, "Oh, it's ugly," and stuff like that. And I can see why. I would personally prefer a full whole black controller, or a whole white controller. But I like that they're taking more of a different approach rather than sticking to the same thing. Because with the Xbox Series X controller, it looks pretty much identical. Well, I know this does still, again, if you put the DualSense and the DualShock together, you're gonna know that it's from the same company. You're gonna know that it's pretty much the same. They've got the same button layout, same everything. But it just looks like they've taken it a step further rather than just, oh, we've changed the D-pad, whatever.
Yeah, they've changed the design a lot. A lot of people were saying that it kind of rips off the Xbox controller design, and I was like, well, not really. It looks like one of the older Xbox controllers, maybe, but not the new one. And generally, I think it shows that we're probably going to have that this might just be early days, but the console's probably going to be a white console, which annoys me a little. I don't like white consoles unless they're going to give us the option for like colors. I know they do with the pads already. Like you can get whatever kind of color pad you want now.
That would be pretty nice if they gave the option for one or the other.
Yeah, because to be honest, I don't really like white consoles. They get very dirty very quickly. It was one of the reasons I didn't like the 360. I much preferred the later. Was it the Elite that was black?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I much preferred the Elite 360.
White peripherals are always going to get significantly dirtier than black ones, unfortunately.
Bleached in the sun, everything about white consoles is just horrible. There's a reason why most, like, the best-selling consoles are usually essentially just like either like black or dark grey.
Unless you're Nintendo and you say fuck you and you go with all white consoles, the Wii, the Wii U, everything like that.
And you
Nintendo,
know what? Whenever I had a Wii or anything like that, it looked like shit within a few months.
Yep.
The N64 was beautiful. That was the perfect perfect shade
Is
for
that
a console.
is that the purple one?
It was a dark grey essentially. It wasn't black. It was like a dark grey with a light grey trim. And that.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the GameCube. Sorry.
Oh, the GameCube was purple, but you could get the GameCube in most colours. Same as the N64, to be fair. You could get a lot of different colours for the N64. I think the base N64 was dark grey.
My next thing about this PS5 controller is the fact that it's got a create button instead of a share button.
Yeah.
And there's a YouTuber that I've...
A lot of people were saying, oh, look, I can't believe they've put... what was it? A quack button on there. What is it?
The quack from Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah. A honk button.
It looks exactly like that. I love that somebody was putting, I can't wait to honk in my favourite games. But there's a YouTube channel that I've been watching recently who has been covering a lot of the next gen gaming stuff. It's called Digital Foundry, and I don't know if you've heard of them, but they go, as I talked last time about NoClip, who go into sort of the back end of game development, these guys are sort of the consumer level people who talk about the technical side of the consoles and graphics cards and games and stuff like that. And he talked about this controller as well as the specs for the PlayStation 5. He's done it for the Xbox. I know we're sounding very like PlayStation biased. We both own PlayStations, not Xbox, but they do a lot of Xbox stuff. So if you want to see more in-depth stuff about the Xbox, go and check them out as well.
Yeah.
He did speak about this controller and that the create button might be similar to the NVIDIA photo mode that they have, where if your game is compatible and it doesn't have a built-in photo mode, it adds one for you.
Okay. But
so sort of like Mirror's Edge or something.
If it's got a photo mode, it'll essentially launch the in-game photo mode.
Yeah, I'm pretty. It may be that's what he's speculating, because obviously we all know exactly the same about this console.
That would actually be really good. I would take that. That'd be. I wouldn't mind if they had like a classic option. So if you double clicked it quickly, it would just take a picture without going into any photo mode or anything.
You may be able to hold it like you currently do.
Actually, yeah, because sometimes I do like to just go snap, and whatever I'm doing, it's not necessarily like I might be in a menu or something and I'm taking a picture of like something that's in the options menu. I want to still be able to do that kind of thing. Like in the past, I'd show you something that I had in like No Man's Sky, but it would be in the pause menu because you got all your options up.
Yeah. So this, what he's thinking is that this might be. It's sort of like I'm trying to think of a game that doesn't have photo mode, because a lot of them do have photo mode now. But just a game that doesn't have photo mode, it might just take the camera from it and then just give you an overlay. It will just get rid of the game UI and put a generic UI with whatever, and give you sort of full control of the camera, and give you filters, and give you depth of field, stuff like all these different options that the game doesn't give you. It just overrides it and lets you do it like that.
Well, that would be difficult, because like that guy NoClip, and there's a guy I watch called Out of Bounds. Their YouTube channels are essentially built around going having a game and then hacking it so you can get the camera to free look around the game and see how the developers built things. And usually they don't get the camera straight away. Usually it's a couple of months after the game's come out where someone's jimmied like a camera hack for the game. Yeah.
The next one that I have, this one's a quick one. It's just that it's got USB-C. So we won't have to deal with the micro USB or the mini USB, whatever. You can just charge your phone, charge your controller, charge your laptop, charge your fridge, charge your dog with all with one cable from now on. So that's nice. And the last thing that I will mention about this controller, because we've been rambling on about it for a while, is... and this is again from Digital Foundry. They said that, do you know how on the current DualShock you have a light on the back that you can use with the VR?
Yeah.
They've taken it off of this controller. They've taken the light from the back and put it on the front. I don't think there's no longer a light on the back, and this may be because
you can kind of see from that image with the USB-C. I think if the light will come through anywhere, it'll come. If you can see the image with the USB-C, can you see that seam?
I will have to get the image up. Sorry.
It's the seam where the touchpad kind of is. If anything, you'll see a bit of light come through there, maybe.
I don't think it will be enough. I think... well, then again,
that LED might only be lighting up at the front. It may have a full LED strip that goes all the way around the back of there. We don't know yet.
It does look like it could be down there, yeah.
And it could just use a very small strip of light instead of a giant light that drains the hell out of your battery, especially if it's using a little low voltage LED strip.
Very true. Very true. What they did say on Digital Foundry is, I'm just completely going off Digital Foundry now, is that this could be because they might be making a specific VR controller, like you have with the Steam, Steam Index and stuff like that. Because I think the head, some high up in Sony did say that the VR tech that they've currently got is a bit dated, and they will be looking at it. So this may lend into the rumors that they are making a VR specific controller, maybe an updated version of the Move controllers.
Yeah. Well, the what company is it now that's made the grip controllers?
Is that what is that for?
I'm going to say it's for... Is it the Vive or is it the Oculus? It's not the Oculus. They wouldn't be that far ahead, would they?
Is this the one that straps onto your wrist and then you can throw? It allows
you to grip things, essentially, yeah. So it straps around you.
I think that's the Index.
Who's that by? Is that by...
Steam. The Index is by Steam.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably going to be the industry standard going forward. If you've got one VR headset that allows you to grip things and all the others don't, everyone's just going to go for the one that can let you grip things, because that's going to be the closest thing to virtual reality. So I think the standard in the future will be most of them will have a controller that uses some form of grip control.
It does look like interesting technology, to be fair, and then especially if you get the haptic response in there as well, because I assume if PlayStation get it locked down with the haptic response, it's going to be some interesting VR stuff.
Maybe they are going to put more of an emphasis on VR in the next console, because I mean they are the biggest console to put an emphasis on VR so far. But I wonder if they're going to double down, and obviously they'll never stray away from being a home console. But I think maybe this is what that's going to be their edge above the Xbox for the next console system. Is they're going to be the leaders in VR. If you want to play VR on your home console, it might be that you need a PlayStation. If you want a good VR experience. I don't know yet. That's just speculation. But yeah.
I really hope that they do. This is the last I'm going to talk about PlayStation now. But I really hope that they do double down on it. They make it, I don't want to say more affordable, because I know £200 for a good VR experience isn't a crazy amount.
It won't be more affordable at all. It'll be much more expensive. But I think it'll still be cheaper than most PC setups. So a lot of people will buy it.
I think I mainly want the VR thing to take off and be like more widely available, I'd say, because I feel like once you've got peripherals and stuff that are on your person, you're automatically going to get a better experience. I mean, you take a TV or a soundbar or anything like that, speakers, and you compare them to a good set of earphones or headphones, you're not going to get a better experience through a TV or anything that you can from earphones. I know, especially while I'm playing on the TV, while I'm playing on the PlayStation, something like that. Yeah, it's fine when I've got it on the TV and stuff like that. But then as soon as I whack headphones on, I can hear literally everything, and I can't hear anything outside. And it's just, I'm in the game. I'm zoned in.
It has got to a point now where I don't. If I'm playing a computer game, I don't play it without headphones, unless there's people in the room, obviously. But if I'm on my own, it's
I do it with everyone in the room. Fuck them. I'm not talking to anyone.
But yeah, if I'm at home alone, then headphones on. I don't see the point in playing a computer game with speakers. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. It's really weird.
You're just not going to get a massive experience. Yeah. Oh, and the PlayStation is doing some like audio technology and stuff like that. I may speak about it in the future, but I'm moving on.
Audio and stuff moving away now.
Google it. My next one is I just want to talk about a few of the good things that have come out of this coronavirus stuff recently. Not that has come out as a result, but just things that people have been doing.
Happy accidents.
Sure. My first one is that Jack Dorsey, the owner of Twitter, has recently donated $1 billion to, I'm not sure exactly specifically what he has donated it to. I know it's COVID-19 related, but he sold a share in Square, I think it is, his other company, alongside
I like
Twitter.
that you said a share.
One single share. $1 billion, one single share. Well, he must have sold quite a lot because I think it says here that it's $59.21 for one share, so he sold quite a lot. I assume he's put a lot of his own pocket money into that as well, but he sold a lot and he gave all that money to charity. Joe Wicks, who do you know Joe Wicks?
I do not. Is he the person who invented Wix?
No, he's a health guru, so everyone hates him. No, he's been that guy.
I already hate him.
If you've been on, I don't know if this is the UK. I don't know if this is just the UK or America as well. But he's been doing daily workout videos for kids stuck at home.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've seen a few celebrities doing these. To be fair,
he's always on trending. Every video he's always on the top of trending. He's doing fantastically revenue wise. But he did speak about the fact that all the revenue that is coming from this videos. I think he said he had 20-something million views over the past week or so, which garnered him $100,000, and he's donated it directly to the NHS to give them funding and stuff like that, get them more masks.
Nice.
So a big round of applause to him, Joe Wicks, and Jack Dorsey for helping, along with everybody else who has been donating and doing their part for charities and NHS and doing their part just for the coronavirus in general. It is quite heartwarming to see how much people are coming together for this. People, this may be stupid and just walking along the street and just the amount of people who I've said hello to and just talk to on the way on just walking compared to before this is astonishing. It just seems to be bringing a lot of people together.
The amount of people that would never make eye contact before now, all of a sudden are like, oh look, another person, hi.
Oh, I see teeth. I'm sick of staring at my oven. Oh. So yeah,
you're not me. Hi.
You're not my reflection. I've missed this. It's just a poster of someone. But yeah, just if there's anything to garner from this, just the humanity that is shining through in these situations, certain situations. I mean, there are. I'm not going to speak about the bad sides of it.
Well, I saw on the day where all the NHS volunteers got their first essentially instructions on what they would be doing and stuff like that. Everyone was tweeting out that they were starting their first day as volunteers, and a lot of people in around the world, not just in England and the US, but a lot of people have kind of banded together, and groups of people have been working from home to build masks for hospitals. A lot of companies have shut down their major production and started producing things like hand sanitizer. There was a beer company,
breweries in
England. They shut down and they built and they adjusted their factories to essentially produce hand sanitizer for essentially it would be delivered to places like hospitals and things like that. So it's insane some of the stuff people are doing. It's very nice, very good to see. As
one huge musical once said, "We're all in this together." So
it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Stop! Don't you dare sing!
My favorite musical of all, Batman. So everyone, I suppose everyone just keep doing your part. Stay at home, flatten the curve.
Keep stepping up to step it down and stuff.
Just keep stepping into your apartment and nowhere else.
Just stay there.
Have you got any topics you wanna rattle off, Howard? Have we covered most things?
I think we've covered most things. I'll have some more recommendations for you next week. To be honest, I haven't really been watching much. I've been listening to a few podcasts and mostly listened to music the last few days. I've been trying to avoid any major news. Just give myself a bit of a refresh over this weekend. I'm keeping an eye out for any guideline changes, but other than that, the news can go fuck itself.
Well, that was my recommendation, The Digital Foundry, earlier.
Yes.
I did want to say, finally, before we get on to the stories, because I've gathered a few stories for us this week from past episodes that we didn't manage to get to because we overindulged in our stories before, and we realized a 15-hour podcast probably won't really entice anyone, so we cut these, but we're bringing them back. We're bringing them back from the dead.
Back from the dead, just for you.
I know that places are loosening their lockdowns, like the epicenter of the whole thing, like Wuhan, is loosening their lockdown stuff. The UK may be loosening their lockdown stuff at the end of May. So it seems like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we will get there.
It is a little further away than we thought initially. Like the end of May is still quite a long way away, but at least the light is there.
I mean, if it's to save everyone, I'll stay indoors until 2023.
Well, the thing is, at the minimum, it's going to be a year, and we've already gone a few months. And at the speed everyone's working, it's probably going to be less than a year. But the vaccine is about a year away. At the worst case scenario, this might be another year, and I know I'm willing to do that, but I don't know how this is going to affect some people, like mentally and financially.
Yeah, I think that is probably one of the biggest things, mentally and financially.
It's hard to determine at this point. For now, everyone just keep those chins up.
We just got to keep chugging on. Stiff upper lip, everyone, and we'll make it. We'll make it.
This is the British way.
All right, Howard, with all that out of the way, all the, I suppose, doom and gloom and all the good stuff and all the bad stuff and all the gaming stuff.
Sorry about that.
With all of that out of the way, we can move on to the section I feel like we've all been waiting for, a little bit of normality. We're going back to sort of our old format with all of these stories that I've gathered from previous episodes. So we shall meet you there in Today I Fucked Up, remastered. There you go. Mark. Oh, you put M in the...
Today I fucked up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. After that nice little jingle, to the Today I Fucked Up section. I know we haven't done this in such a long time. I'm skeptical about how well I can read because I haven't had to read anything in weeks because this is apparently the only time that I ever read, ever. So I'm just going to adjust my microphone a little bit. The first story that I have for you today, Howard, from episode 8. This is a cut from episode 8, so you can go and listen to that if you want to listen to the ones that actually made the cut that we could actually be bothered to read.
It was a longer time ago.
It was a long time ago. I can't even remember what was in that episode, but I suppose you can find out. I won't spoil anything because I physically cannot. Today, I fucked up by pulling a prank. Now, do you want to have a little guess about what this prank might be? I mean, I know you can read it. But...
I'm actually avoiding reading the document. I've just got my eyes at the top of the page on the title. So...
My eyes are up here.
I'm going to assume... What's this? Today I thought I'll read the first sentence in my head. Oh, that gave it away really quick.
All right, so... I'll let you all in. on what the first line was.
Ruined.
I decided to prank my girlfriend by pretending to be my twin brother. Random as fuck, I know. But I've always wondered if I could fool her into thinking I was him. It was time.
Quick question. Does he have a twin brother?
No. He's just insane. Okay. He doesn't have a girlfriend either. So there I was, approaching my house and ringing my doorbell completely in character. I was wearing torn denims and Converse sneakers. So imagine this in your head. Nothing else, just denims and Converse sneakers, no shirt.
That's how I used to dress, so it's quite easy to imagine.
That's how I've been dressing in the lockdown, outside. The complete opposite of what I normally wear. The Barney costume was at home. But exactly the same style to match my brother.
That I've made up in my head.
I was walking like him, talking like him, sounding like him, hell, even smelling like him. Okay.
Gross.
I killed him, basically. I killed him.
I
am
his
him.
Skin.
I want to be like you. Just stabbing him.
I want to be like you.
Was it? Was that from Was Christopher Walken in the remake? The
yeah. He was singing
one?
that. He was singing that song. That I want to be like you.
I want to be like me.
Sorry, I turned into Adam West.
I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm walking
swinging
here.
My girlfriend eventually opened the door and saw deep fake me standing there. Regardless of how well prepared I was to play my twin brother, the moment I locked eyes with my girlfriend, I expected her to see right through my facade. She stared at me, confused. At first, I mean, she would be, I suppose. She would know you. I suppose that's why this is a fuck up.
You.
Oh, I was expecting your brother. The moment I locked eyes with my girlfriend, I expected her to see right through my facade. I read that. She stared at... Oh, I already read this as well.
You did?
I think I'm being confused by his facade right now. At first, I wasn't sure if this was because she knew it was me or because she was surprised to see it's my brother. There was only one way to find out. So I pulled my face mask off as his face, and she was surprised. No, I said... He drops to all fours, twists his neck around, and he goes, "Hello." I said hi and dropped the "I was in the neighborhood" line. My girlfriend suddenly pulled me inside and slammed the door shut. Girlfriend: "Are you out of your fucking mind showing up here like this?" Me: "Thought I'd visit." Oh, sorry, I need to do a different voice so you can differentiate between the girlfriend and the boyfriend. Girlfriend: "And I thought we agreed to stop seeing each other." Oh, me: "What do you mean?" Girlfriend: "What the fuck do you mean? What do I mean? Whatever that shit was between us, it's over. Go home to your fiancé." Me: "Enough. It's me, your boyfriend." "You don't know when to give up, do you?"
And then she stabbed me.
Over and over again. It was a little bit of deja vu. God, I love this girl. I showed her my ID. I'd never seen so many mixed emotions flash across her face until that moment. At first, she tried to play it off like she was in on the act all along, and this while interacting. Blah blah blah. And this whole interaction was nothing more than a cheating girlfriend narrative she fabricated on the spot to fuck with me. Or no, sorry, to put it in better words, to fuck with your brother, I'm afraid.
Gross.
Unfortunately, she's been getting the clone dick. She mixed them up. We all put odd socks on every now and again.
Okay.
Apparently some more than others. And in more extreme cases. I wasted no time calling my brother and fucking forcing a confession out of them. The motherfucker admitted to seeing my girlfriend on and off behind my back for months. When that call ended, so did my relationship with both of them. And I started blasting. Oh my God. Let me just preface. I know the word now, not preference. Preface. Let me preface like these stories by saying that I got these stories ages ago. I had a hard time finding out which ones I'd actually read in the episodes because I was trying to think which ones, and I couldn't remember. So just to say, if any of these stories are duplicated from episodes, one, you're welcome because they're so good, and two, I'm sorry because I suppose you don't want to listen to the same story twice. But moving on.
Do you?
So this one's from episode 6. Today I fucked up by hiding. Do you want to have I suppose I'll let you have a guess at this one. I'll let you have a guess at all of them, what you think this is. So today I fucked up by hiding, a very vague title.
I can see the
pretty
link.
Spot on, man. You got it.
Today I fucked up by hiding from, and then I can see a word.
Certain person.
Yeah. Is it something
I'll let you in on that much.
With Mario?
Maybe. I mean, we shall see. I live in an apartment complex, and for the past couple days, we have had plumbers come to each apartment to replace radiator valves. No big deal, right?
No.
It's a horrible deal. I hate it. Well, especially now, you shouldn't be letting plumbers in now unless they're at least 6 foot away and have one of those big inflatable balls around them at all times.
Put them in the ground.
I mean, you can. You can do that, but I have crippling social anxiety, and having strangers walk around my apartment making small talk is my worst nightmare. Like, I can completely understand. I'm in the same boat as you. Is this me?
Daddy,
hello, is this?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, God. That scared the shit out of me.
Good.
I did. Usually I can see when the shouting's coming because I can see it in your face, but now oh, God. I have a friend who lives 2 stories above me. Yesterday, she messaged me to tell me when the plumbers came to her apartment. They spent about 20 minutes in each one. So after 40 minutes, what? Bleh, how does this? What? They spent about 20 minutes. I assume she means they spent about 20 minutes in each apartment. So they spent 20 minutes in each apartment. So after 40 minutes, I went out before they came. Yeah. Okay. What? They had keys. Oh, so he was going to go out. Okay, he was going to leave.
You all right?
I think I'm struggling. Hello? I've been in lockdown for so long. I just realised you're not there. I'm just speaking to myself now. I'm just recording my own voice. Oh, God. They had keys to each place, so I didn't have to be home, and walked around the neighbourhood for an hour just to make sure I wouldn't have to talk to them. I came home. They were gone. Things were great. So all cushy. Everything's fucking nice. Until today. I'm unemployed and school only starts in a couple of weeks, so I sleep until noon or even later. I live with my parents, but they are on vacation, so I'm home alone. Much like the game My Summer Car, they're away, so he's probably playing that in real life. Don't piss on the floor. You'll get there if you play the game. Google it.
Play the game.
I woke up to the sound of the apartment door opening and a guy yelling, "Plumbers here, anybody home?" Not to stereotype plumbers, but I suppose, you know.
We're all from New York.
Anybody home? Just you're in Yorkshire or something. I came here all the way from New York. Here's your bill, $3,000. Bye. I freaked out. I didn't know they were coming again. I hadn't prepared myself. I had no way of getting out. Now, if I was a normal person, I would have greeted the plumbers, apologized for not opening the door for them, explained I was asleep. Fucking talked to them.
But I'm no normal person. I'm an 8-foot arachnid. Run.
And I'm really hungry. But I'm not normal. And I panicked because social interaction is terrifying. I'm completely with you, dude. I mean, you know, I might not have done exactly what you've done because I've skimmed a few lines ahead, but you know, we all have our ways of dealing with things. So I hid under my bed. Yeah, I know I have issues, and my therapist will hear all about this next week. I mean, you know, it's I can't. I'm trying not to fault you here, but
at the same time, didn't you?
That's a solid plan.
Didn't you order the plumber?
I mean, yeah.
Did you or did you not order the plumber? Then open the fucking door.
In his defense, I suppose he thought they were gone. So that would have scared the living shit out of me, regardless if somebody just came in the door without knocking as well.
Just came in your door.
They just came in your back door and didn't even knock first.
What a mess.
Oh, what an asshole you got here. I mean, sorry, back door. They go around the apartment. Nice decoration around here. Oh, God, you might want to clean that up. They go. So, I mean, I can understand this guy. I'm fully with him. They didn't knock. They just entered and shouted, "Plumbers here." I don't care what you're shouting. If you're coming into my house and without knocking, without letting me know, and you just start shouting things, I'm going to freak the fuck out. I may not go into the bed because there's no room, but I will do something that I probably would not want to do, like scream in your face very loudly.
How dare you?
Not out of anger, completely just out of fear. They go, yeah, that is me. Extremely manly. Sorry, it's more like. So they go around the apartment room by room. There's 2 of them. One comes into my room and another goes into the guest room, which is right next to mine. The one in my room makes a comment about how messy the room is. They laugh and get to work. The guy kneels down to the radiator, which is next to my bed. I hope you know where this is going. I realize I fucked up. He sees me. We make eye contact for a few seconds. I have never seen a man look so confused in my life.
What?
Then
You ain't
again,
never seen nobody
I've
live
never
under
seen
the
a man.
bed.
This is my office. Did you book an appointment?
Please step inside. Don't get dirt on the mat.
I said get in. So then, after that felt like an eternity, he says, "Good morning." I stutter something about how I can't sleep in the sunlight. And it's nice and cool and dark under the bed.
Hi,
the guy
nice to
just
meet
nods.
you. I am a vampire.
Hi, nice to meet you. Can you undo my safety belt that stops me from killing people?
Nice man.
Now come here. The guy just nods, probably thinking I'm insane. I crawl out from under the bed and just walk out of the room without saying anything more.
Well, I gotta go.
Well, you caught me. This guy could have been a robber for all he knows. This story's going. This is an emotional roller coaster. From the guy who's actually in the apartment's perspective, I'm completely with him. This would have scared the shit out of me. But also the guy who's fit in the radiator, just seeing a random person underneath the bed, I would think this guy's trying to case the joint.
Oh, hey, it's Tuesday.
Hey, you want to join in? The other guy in the guest room sees me walk past and gives me the most puzzled look. I go to... Oh, this might be what David Blaine has to deal with a lot. He just randomly appears in places. Being a magician sounds interesting. I go to the bathroom, lock the door, and sit there for 15 minutes until I hear the plumbers leave. The one who found me knocks the bathroom door and says, "Have a nice day."
You weirdo.
You fucking freak. They leave the apartment, and just as they are closing the front door, I can hear the guest room guy go, "Hey, where the fuck did she come from?" And the other one burst out laughing. I just know that every single person they work with has heard of me by now. What the hell is wrong with me? And why am I even alive anymore? Don't say that, bro. I'm completely with you. I would have done exactly the... Or she, sorry. Maybe she. I don't know. I'm with you, broski lady. I'm completely with you. That would have scared me within an inch of my life. Completely. You any final thoughts on that story, Howard?
Lock your doors.
Yeah, you lock your back door. You don't want anyone busting in unannounced.
Screaming that they're gonna fix your pipes.
Let me clean those out for you. Talking about busting in people's back doors, my next one is from episode 7. Today I fucked up by going on a date. Again, Howard, I'll let you have a stab in the dark at what this is about.
It's about the dark side and the light side, and the Darth Vaders.
Going on a date.
Am I close?
Yeah, I mean, close. No.
Oh.
So first of all, I'll start off with a little context. I don't usually do formal first dates. I usually do very informal. I dress up as a clown, and we go to Chuck E. Cheese, and I see how long it takes me to get kicked out. No, it doesn't say that. I wish it did, though. That would be amazing. Especially when it's with someone I barely even know. However, I've just come back to university for my final year of studying, and I met up with my old flatmate from last year. She had already moved into her new flat and met all of her new flatmates, one of which happened to be very attractive. I hope that's a noise you made, because I don't know what noise that was. A very attractive girl. It just starts growling. You date me now. A very attractive girl who we will call Stacy. Now, my old flatmate was always trying to set me up on dates last year at university, but I always had an excuse. Now with it being a new year and new me, I thought I'll have a fresh start and really knuckle down and stop going out all the time. I said exactly the same after my first year and focus on uni work, pardon me, and look for a serious relationship instead of having flings. So this guy's a bit of a bachelor. So I get shown a few pictures of Stacey, and my old flatmate is telling me how nice she seems. She seems, not how nice she is, and how great she is. Oh, so she does know. What? So what? How can you say how nice she seems and then how great she is? Oh, I have a few questions. And honestly, I just thought, why not? I may as well. What harm could going on a date possibly bring out? Well, you wouldn't have been right in this story if that were the case. So she gives me Stacey's number, and we start to text and chat for a couple of weeks. And we seem to be getting on really well. So much so that I suggest we should go for some food one evening and meet in person and get to know one another a little bit better. Now, bearing in mind, I never ever do this. I usually just speak to girls on nights out when I'm filled to the brim with liquor confidence. And I'm usually so drunk that my confidence is through the fucking roof. However,
Hi, lady.
hi, my name is Floor. Hello.
Angels.
You're so beautiful.
I'm sure he's the most articulate man in the world.
Yeah, no, it sounds it.
How beautiful.
I hope. Oh, well, you're so.
It's just me or you here. Hi.
Dude, that's a pillar, dude. Beautiful
It's got
figure.
a really nice rack.
Iraq. Where was However, I feel myself really starting to like this girl. I've never really been one for texting, but our conversation seemed to flow naturally. So I met Stacey at this very busy restaurant last week. I'm full of nerves, but I'm ready for the date. We get sat down and we begin chatting away, and things seem to be going really well. I'm still nervous, but after a few pints, the nerves start to settle, and I get a bit carried away telling my stories and my somewhat crude jokes.
Just no. Stop.
It's time to stop. At the best of times, I'm a very loud person. However, after a few beers, I turn into a human foghorn.
You're very beautiful.
You okay there, honey?
I think I've had a few too many to drink myself. And unbeknownst to me, I'm speaking at a level high enough for the whole room to hear. So you were saying? I know this because all of my friends love to remind me how loud I am when we're on a night out. Now, here comes the fuck up. Oh, now here comes the fuck up. Okay.
Oh, no.
I love how we go from like completely socially awkward to I am the attention now, me. So being full of my favorite ale and with the nerves starting to settle, I'm growing louder and louder by the minute. Jesus Christ, how loud can you get? I say that based on what I just did into the microphone, but he could be just slightly louder. So much so that Stacey, very politely, I must say, lets me know that I need to turn the volume down just a tad, especially when telling my alcohol-fueled jokes. So, when a horse walked into a bar and he said, yeah, you get it?
Where's the penis? Ow! Stop hitting me.
Oh, God, that's your penis.
She's just kicking him in the shins. Just shut the fuck up. Ow! Stop kicking me.
And he just keeps getting louder and louder and louder.
Why are you kicking me? I do not understand.
Now, I'm not an angry person by any means, but I can't begin to count the amount of times I've been told to quiet down when drunk. And for some reason, I decided this night was the night where I'd had enough.
No, you're listening here, Stacey. You shut the fuck up. I am a gentleman.
I'm a really down-to-earth guy. Once you get to know me.
You are so lucky.
Like she's all the way at the bar getting another drink and he's just shouting from a table on the other side of the restaurant. So instead of apologizing like any normal person would, drunk me decided it would be a good idea to try and turn it back on Stacey. Oh no. I don't know what came over me, but the only excuse I could muster was, well, I do apologize, but you say, oh, sorry, I don't really want to shout, but, well, I do apologize, but you say I volunteer working with deaf children, so I'm used to having to speak really loud. I've actually just come home. I've actually just come from there before our date. Now, if you know me, you would realize how ridiculous this sounds. Once I told my friends and my old flatmate about what I said, they were falling on the floor with laughter. So I started to scream louder and louder. No. So far, it doesn't seem that bad. Excuse me, yes it does. Until Stacey says something along the lines of, wow, I'm really sorry. That is great. You must know sign language then. Dum, dum, dum. Drunk me thinking I got off on her blah blah. I'm going to start that again because apparently I'm drunk. Drunk me thinking I'd got one up on her proceeded to nod and claim that I do in fact know sign language. He just starts throwing up loads of gang signs and gets shot up. I think I even threw up a few fake hand signs, yeah, which it probably looked more like gang signs to cover my tracks. Yes, is this me? Hello? However, what I didn't expect was for Stacey to have a younger deaf brother who would who would apparently love to meet me, as she's never dated a guy before who can do sign language. Honestly, my heart sank. She was sitting across the table from me signing because I'm a fucking idiot. She's sitting across the table from me signing something to me, and God knows what she was saying. I feel like I'm not in this position, but I'm...
me?
Do you want to take this outside? I'll show you a few rounds. You want to go, tough guy? I know deaf jujitsu.
Deaf jitsu.
You get it? And he just starts getting louder and louder again.
What?
What? Oh god, watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Honestly, what? Like I'm not in this situation, but I feel like I'm already getting sort of the cold sweats from this and panicking myself at just thinking I'm in this situation.
No, it's his own hole that he's digging himself into.
He's just digging himself a digger grave. I wonder how deep it will be. I just smiled and nodded, and to this day, I still don't know what she was saying, but my unenthusiastic smile and nod seemed to work. Oh, fucking hell, he got away with it.
That's what he thinks.
He just starts like headbutting the table, nodding so hard. He just likes to do everything just a little bit extra. He's super loud and just has extreme bodily movements. I quickly moved the conversation along and got swiftly off the subject. So now Stacey thinks I know sign language, and what's even better is that she can't wait for me to meet her younger brother, who would be so excited to be able to sign with a guy she's dating. And so my plan was to kill him to get him out of the way.
It's all right. He'd never hear me coming.
Oh. I have the element of surprise.
Oh,
as long as I'm not in front of him.
I'm in front of him.
Oh, God, the one thing.
This is the one thing I didn't want to happen. Hi.
I guess I'll just have to go head first. How are you doing?
Oh, right.
Don't respond then. Fuck you, rude guy.
I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. Bless his little heart. Bless his little heart. He said, I've tried YouTube videos, but all I've managed to pick up on is being able to say vowels and ask someone's name. I don't have the balls to tell her I really don't know what to do. I mean, you just say you were drunk. Just say you were drunk, overconfident, a bit nervous. I'm sure she will forgive you. I'm sure it's not going to be a huge problem. I'm sure you just have to say you were completely nervous and just a complete nervous wreck, and shouting is your way of coping with things. And she'll understand.
I'll cope with you in a minute.
Oh, it does say I'm seeing her again next week, and I know I need to tell her the truth. She seems the sort of person who would just laugh it off, but she seems so happy when I told her.
So
She's
I've cut off my hands. Now
I've done the only reasonable thing I could think of.
I used to know sign language. Now I can't do so much.
He just goes, I did the only thing I could think of, so I cut off the kid's hands so he can't sign to say I'm an idiot. She's suggesting that we FaceTime her brother when we're next together so I can have a conversation with him. I just feel like a dick now, and I don't want to let her down or upset her younger brother, but I don't think asking him his name over and over again is going to cut it. So he did say that he's going on another day. I'm hoping this has a little bit of a development. Does it have an update?
I don't know.
It does. It does have an update. Okay, I'm going to see if this has anything.
Go to the website.
I'm going to see if this has anything to do with it, or if he's just saying, wow. Oh, he goes, wow, I didn't expect this to blow up so much as it did. I forgot to mention, actually, that all of the links to these stories are in the description at cluelessinter.net if you want to look at that, because some of the streaming platforms don't really display the description correctly. It's fucking weird. Okay, so at the start he says, I'm seeing her again next weekend, so I'll be sure to update you all how it turns out. Thanks for all the advice. So he hasn't updated it. Okay, so he may have updated it in the comments, but he hasn't updated it in the post. So unfortunately, we don't have an update for you this time. Okay, I have 2 more stories, Howard. Would you like to read one, or do you want me to carry on with my role?
I'll read one, sure. So, yes, cut from episode 3. Today I fucked up by breaking my dad's dog's heart.
Poor soul.
So a little bit of backstory is required. So a little bit of backstory is required for this post. It's sad, but it has to be done. Last year, my father passed away due to complications related to his exposure to Agent Orange. Oh, God.
Agent Orange? I don't know what Agent Orange is. How do you carry on? I will Google this.
Well, he had been a military man most of his adult life and served with distinction during his year in Vietnam. It was, I think it was like a derivative of something like mustard gas or something horrible.
Ah.
Have you found it?
I am looking for it. It has a... so it says Agent Orange is a herbicide and... defoliant chemical. Oh. One of the tactical use rainbow herbicides. It is widely known for its use by the U.S. military as part of its chemical warfare program, Operation Ranch Hand, during the Vietnam War from 1961 to 1971.
Oh, was this to kill their crops?
Maybe. So he may have been exposed to that too much.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my man. Rest in peace.
3 bronze stars are not an easy thing to come by. Unfortunately, during that time, the area around his deployment was heavily defoliated by Agent Orange, so he was basically marinated in the stuff.
Yeah. So, it destroyed all the crops and stuff like that. I feel like I'm not going to make many jokes during this one because it's going to be a sad one.
Oh, no. It was difficult watching this vibrant, intelligent, loving man deteriorate in constant pain, suffering from chronic, I don't know this word, bursitis, diabetes, emphysema. His mind was going inch by fragile inch. The last 5 days had been a hell for him and my mom.
I think bursitis, I think it is.
Bursitis?
Chronic bursitis. I will Google that as well, if you want to carry on.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Bursitis is a painful condition that affects the small fluid-filled sacs called bursae that cushion the bones, tendons, and muscles near the joints.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That sounds
fucking
painful.
That does sound painful. Fuck me. Okay. Oh my god.
With emphysema and diabetes. Jesus fucking Christ, that man must have just been in constant fucking agony.
This guy has been through. This guy was through the ringer. Fucking hell.
Still, he did.
Seriously, rest in peace, my man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
fucking rest. Still,
He deserved more than 3 bronze medals. Fuck me.
Yeah. He did his best to stay as busy as he could, volunteering with local charities and taking on as much responsibility as he could. He even adopted a little chihuahua from the local pound, a sausage of a dog that he named Missy. Aw.
Okay, this guy is an actual saint. Oh my god. Oh no. This is heartbreaking. No wonder this was cut. I need to go get some tissues.
She loved him more than anything and kept him active by playing, forcing him on walks, or just snoozing in his lap while he watched TV.
Wait, who forced who? Oh, Missy forced him on walks.
And get up, you stupid dag. It's time for walks.
That's the dog saying it to him.
He had surgery for a spinal stimulator on a Monday and was sent home to rest. The pain was absolutely unbearable for him, and he could barely sit. From what Mum told me, he didn't sleep nearly at all the last few days of his life, and he even had to have a catheter inserted due to the pain pills he was on.
And catheters are not a fun thing from what I've read.
They're fucking
or what
painful.
I've heard.
They're painful and you have to change them a lot.
So this guy, not only has he had all of this go, he's having everything's just being topped onto him. Oh my god, this makes me feel like such a little pussy when I just stub my toe on something and I'm like, this is the worst pain of my life.
Yeah, anyone complaining about the lockdown? Shut the fuck up.
This guy was locked down in his own fucking body.
Yeah.
Poor fucking guy. Okay. Jesus.
Apparently the pills can sometimes cause a person's bladder to shut down. Thursday afternoon, he was headed to the doctor to have the catheter removed when he stumbled down the front steps of his house, hit his head, and that was really it. The big, beautiful, caring heart couldn't take any more. And Missy, his loving chihuahua, watched it all from the front window, barking as the ambulance came and took him away.
No. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
That night, and for any nights after, she stood by the front door, curled up in his favourite chair, just crying and whining. I've moved back in with my mum to help her take care of the house. It's a big old country-style house with a huge yard, and she couldn't handle it on her own. When I lived a few towns away, I'd come over once a week, and now I can do all the yard work, fix the toilets and ceilings, etc.
So just helping her out around the house. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad that you picked this one because I'm glad we're not ending on this one because this is already sad enough, and
yeah,
I'm waiting for the dog's heart to get broken as well as mine now.
I'm single, so it's not been a great trouble, and she likes having someone around. Plus, Missy has adopted me. She does all the stuff she did with Dad. It's a great arrangement. So it's been a little over a year since Dad passed away, and Mom was out of town visiting my sister and some cousins, and I had the weekend off. I didn't feel like visiting friends or having them come over, so I was just puttering around the computer, watching videos, playing a game or two, etc. Missy was asleep on the floor behind me in her dog bed, only getting up when she wanted some loving or to beg me for a treat. I was thinking about Dad and was thinking how ephemeral life truly is, how many will never hear the voices of loved ones again. Then I remembered that I'd recorded Dad for a podcast a friend of mine and I used to do, interviewing him for the work he had done in folklore over his life. He was a storyteller as a hobby and had gone all over Ohio to tell the ghost stories he'd collected over the years. So without thinking of anything besides just wanting to hear my dad's voice again, I loaded up the podcast and started listening.
I'm assuming the link to the podcast is in the comments. I'm assuming someone has asked for that podcast link. If it's still going, hopefully it is. Oh yeah, so yeah, they have linked the podcast. It is called Late Night. Oh God, it is called. Oh, what is this called? I can't see. Oh, Radioactive Walrus Entertainment. That is the that is the name of the podcast. Oh, so they have linked the actual episode. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, the link is in the description in the Reddit post. So if you wanna find that out, little shout out for them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is the least we can do, I suppose.
The next thing I know, I nearly got bowled out of my chair by a very ecstatic chihuahua. She was leaping onto my lap, yapping and bouncing as she tried to get to the computer speakers, as Daddy was in there, right in there. And of course, that's when in the recording, past Missy came trotting in, and my dad said, "Hi, Missy." I still,
Oh no.
I still feel horrible, and I hadn't even thought about how this might affect her. She spent the rest of the day at the front window, staring out, ears perked, waiting for her dad to come home, who will never come home.
Oh my god. Okay, Missy, you have got my full support. You are I can't really do anything for you, unfortunately, but I really wish I could. I really wish I was more like Superman or something. Oh my god, bless Missy. That was
Poor chihuahua.
no wonder I cut that one. I don't think I wanted to cry during a podcast. Oh no, that was horrible. That was all my love and sympathy goes out to these people. Fuck, that is a horrible one.
Where are we?
All right, Howard, thank you for that one. That heart-wrenching story.
You're not welcome.
No, I'm not
I hate
welcome.
you. Why did you make me read that?
How do I unlisten to that? That was heart-wrenching. We've got our last one here, which hopefully isn't as heart-wrenching, from episode 2. Today I fucked up by having sex at a family wedding. Now I'm going to throw this to you again. Do you want to have a little guess at how this one plays out? I mean, it can't be good.
God, I don't even want to know.
All right, let's jump into it. So this happened about 18 months ago, or somewhere in the vicinity of 18 to 20 months. I still get flack from this from both family and friends. From both family and friends. So, the setting, my uncle's wedding. It's around autumn, and my uncle, by my mother's side, from an exceptionally large family, now this is relevant, is getting married for the second time. Now, my family is very large. Let me just state that again. Very large family.
Huge. Like 8-foot giants.
So imagine like if you've ever watched, I keep bringing this back to Dragon Ball Z, but if you've ever watched, is it King Slug? Is it King Slug? Or is that his name?
I'm really glad you said Slug then. I thought you were going to say King Slut.
The King Slut. Is it King Slug? Or it's not King Slug, is it? Something
Lord
Slug. Lord Slug, that's it. King, Lord, Master. Lord Slug. He's fucking huge. Imagine that. Just picture that. Google it again, if you haven't. So imagine that when he gets huge towards the end. My mother has 3 brothers and 5 sisters, all with children of their own, and some even with children of their own. The wedding isn't what I would describe as large, pretty much encompassing... Oh, the wedding isn't what I would describe as large.
Oh.
God damn. Pretty much encompassing just family and close friends. All in all, there can't have been more than 50 to 60 people there. That is a big family.
Yeah.
And around 60% at a rough estimate, or blah, 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 are related to me by blood. So, and around
also.
60% at a rough I need to read that again. I'm really struggling with this one. We're back to the normal format. I'm struggling to read. Welcome back to normality. And around 60% at a rough estimate or so are related by blood to me. The others are related by water. They make up the majority of what I'm trying to say. They make up the majority of what I'm trying to say. And many are spread over whom I have only briefly met. This is really hard to read.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, never met. Well, you can see where this is going.
Gross.
For reference, I would be around mid-17 in this story, with the age of consent in my country, the UK, lads, being 16. The girl, who we shall call Isla, but I want to call her Idris, was 22 or 23. Well, at the reception, I'm having a good time with my sister, parents, and cousins. Dancing, heavily indulging in drinking, etc. He's 17. He should be 18. Do you have a license for that liquor?
No, I
just
said
generally.
Drink. Stop licking people.
Stop! Oh God! I'm sorry. I am a licensed liquor. Just generally enjoying myself. As it is rare for large family gatherings for obvious reasons. Good gracious, I cannot read. A girl I don't recognize begins to dance with me on the very crowded dance floor. She's older than me, clearly. Her beard is really coming through. and I thought maybe 19 or 20. Anyway, we start dancing, touching, etc. I love the fact that I'm imagining this is Idris Elba instead of some girl. She twerks on me a little. I grind a bit, and I presume no one noticed due to the accumulated intoxication and crowdedness around where we were. One thing leads to another. We start kissing, and she asked me if I've ever watched You fucked
up your own joke, mate.
I fucked up my own joke. Okay, we're moving on. She asked me if I want to go upstairs, which I correctly take to mean her room in the hotel. It was a hotel wedding.
No, I mean just the top of the stairs.
I mean just in my room upstairs. You've got a really big ass.
Gross.
Or in his case, hell yeah. I, of course, being a hormonal teenage boy, still am, jumped at the opportunity and said, wait, you said this was 18 to 20 months prior. So you're, I guess you can be 18. I was going to say, oh no, 18 and 19. My brain is not working. I'm really struggling. Hello, can someone help me out?
No.
I should say this wasn't my first time or anything, and by this point, I carried condoms around in my wallet when I went out, and I knew I would be drinking.
'Cause I'm a responsible adult.
'Cause I'm real smooth. So we proceeded to discreetly, or so I think, take our leave. Both drunk, obviously, but not to the point of not being in control of our actions, or stumbling around / blackout, etc. I get to her room, a bit of excited talk, and clothes come off. Again, this is amazing, just thinking it's Idris Elba instead of some girl. All is going well. Now I should say that I'd love to do an Idris Elba voice. Now I should say that all this, I can't think of what the show's called. What's a show called that he's in that starts with an L? I want to say Lucas, but it's not Lucas, is it? Luther, that's it. Now, do you want to watch Luther with me? Now, I should say that all this time... I kill people. No, I don't. I help stop kill people. I should say that all this time, I'm assuming this girl is a relative or perhaps friend. So you know... Oh, of the bride. Okay. Oh, yeah. Boy. I was in for a shock. Because as it turns out, she thought the same as me. But when we got out, I realised she was award-winning actor Idris Elba. To my shock horror. As we were cleaning up, so to speak, we began a little small talk when before had mostly just been purely sexual. She eventually asked how I know the bride. Let me call her Emma Bunton. I stopped. So this guy is part of a really famous family.
And he stopped.
Thunderstruck! Down! As award-winning musician Idris Elba. He is as well. The realization slowly crept up on me, and oh, the horror. I laugh it off, hoping in vain she is joking, and state I am the son of insert mother's name. Beautiful name. The shock is palpable, on who I then realized as my cousin's face as she was putting her bra back on. Don't mind me. She sort of freaks out and says she's the estranged daughter of one of my uncles who's had a troubled life, whom she had very recently reconnected with. I did not know this. Clearly, you didn't have to put that in brackets. This essentially, collectively let out a fuck. From there, we get dressed and quickly decide to never reveal this major cock-up to a soul.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, right, cock up. Cock up somewhere to a soul.
So we had a little knees up while I had a cock up.
Your knees were up, but...
Anyway.
We had not been noticed, alas. We decided it would be best if we were to leave first, and that if she were to leave first, and that I would follow around 5 to 10 minutes later. A
Totally
solid
not
fucking
suspicious.
plan. A plan that no one else has thought of in the history of anything ever. Well, I do. She leaves first, and I just kind of stand around in the hallway on my phone, freaking out for a short while until I decide enough time has passed to erode suspicion. Well, first thing I see when I get down is a look of pure disappointment on my mother's face, the stupid fucking grin on my father's, and and half my cousins' faces, and my sister looking in disgust, as though she was watching a particularly repulsive sea slug. So this does come back round, Lord Slug. One of my cousins, who I am close to, pats me on the back, shaking his head and laughing his absolute head off. I know I am defeated then, and quietly take a seat, expecting the utter bollocking I will later receive from my family. Not your dad, man. Your dad seems like he's well up for it. He's like, yeah, good on you, lad. My elderly 90-year-old grandmother was there, for fuck's sake. And the word was not quiet. I didn't see Idris or her father again at the reception, and later found out that she told him, and he took her home. Not to the hotel she had booked, by way of taxi. So yeah, I accidentally took part in protected, thank God, incest. It is brought up at every, and I mean every, family gathering.
Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's kill everyone.
There's the only thing left to do, and have sex with her again. A couple of my cousins have taken to playing Sweet Home Alabama. And asking when the next date is, whenever I enter the room. After soberly explaining to my parents it was an accident, and I fully believe she was not a relative, like they should have questioned it, they were okay-ish with it, but still disappointed and annoyed a little. I reckon the dad sort of swayed the mum, saying like, I don't want to know what he said, so we'll move on from that. My father asked me how I'd failed to notice Idris apparently sat literally the row behind us, and I had no answer. Gotta work on my observation skills, I guess. How did you not see award-winning actor / musician / UK gem Idris Elba? Not only do my family still tease me, but my friends found out from my sister within days, and I've been relentlessly teased by them at most social gatherings since. Oh my goodness. So this guy, I would set Sweet Alabama. At that point, I think I would set Sweet Alabama as my ringtone, because it would not as my ringtone, but as my alarm, because you want to sort of have a song that you fucking hate as your alarm, so that
Just
you
wake
get
up
up.
screaming, oh no!
Not again! Not again! Oh, that's good. Not again! You can imagine how many cousin / incest / Alabama jokes are made daily. I am ashamed to this day, even more so because she is an objectively attractive woman. Idris.
I mean, what?
As one might imagine, the limited interactions we've had since have been extremely strained and awkward. Not helped by my dickhead cousins. There is another big family wedding coming up this summer, and since the announcement, the incident, as it's come to be known, has been discussed thoroughly without my hearing. Oh, within my hearing, sorry, not without my hearing. He's been hearing every single word. Oh, you're talking about me fucking Idris again. Okay, thanks, great. Love you too, guys. So that is the end of that story.
I wish I was never born. Oh, fuck my cousin. I wish I was never
I had sex with award-winning actor Idris Elba. I'm glad I was born.
my
goodness.
Any hoozle,
that will do it for us for this episode of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed a little bit of a return to normality. Do you have any final words you want to share with everyone, Howard?
Yeah, just stay safe, stay home, and don't pick.
Keep your dick to yourself.
Keep your dick to yourself. Don't pick your nose. Especially after keeping your dick to yourself. Anyway, bye.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to say bye yet.
Too late, I just said it. The podcast's over.
You can check out all the links to everything in these stories, as I mentioned earlier, at cluelessinter.net. You can follow us at cluelessnet. You can email us at podcast@cluelessinter.net. I'll be streaming Sundays over at twitch.tv/cluelessinternet. I usually start between 6 and 7 p.m. GMT. I'm currently playing Moonlighter, which is the game that I tried to describe in I think 18.1 instead of saying Moonshiner like an idiot. I think I'll be playing that. I finally found the cable for my controller, so I can finally start playing with that instead of my fucking keyboard, which it's okay, but good gracious me, it's probably a lot easier with the controller. We shall be back next week. We may be doing another Just Chatting podcast. We will see how the situation
We'll see how it goes.
carries on. We'll see how it goes. Stay safe, everyone. Flatten that curve, and we shall see you next time.
Stay
Goodbye.
safe. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye. Mwah. Love you, Idris.